quite pale. That's beautiful. There he goes. He's gonna squeeze right under all his stuff. All right, everybody. This morning we were out here in San Diego County, and we're gonna spend the day doing some flipping and hiking and looking for snakes. I'm gonna be spending the next 4 days on the road throughout quite a few different areas of Southern California, and we're gonna see what we can find. It's gonna be really fun. This will either be 1 or maybe even 2 episodes, depending on the amount and quality of finds that we have. But yeah, I'll update you guys back with anything we get. So pretty interesting thing right here. We have a cowbird trap. Now, cowbirds are technically a non-native species. They weren't introduced per se, but they have expanded into Western North America with our expansion. And they're pretty bad for our native species. They're brood parasites, so they lay their eggs in the nests of other species, and that's how they reproduce. So a lot of places like here apparently will have these traps set up to try and catch them, which is pretty cool. It's pretty interesting that you see in this trap there are 6 cowbirds and no other species of bird in here. So I'm not sure how exactly they trap only the cowbirds, but pretty neat, pretty interesting little piece of conservation going on. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, first herp of the day, arguably. Little western fence lizard down here on the rocks. It's not, you know, the most exciting thing ever, but it is getting warm enough for some things to be out, so it's a good sign. It's kind of a cooler day today, so yeah, we'll see what else we can find, but something. All right, first snake today on this little board is a baby little ringneck snake. San Diego ringneck. They're not large snakes, but this guy is not as small as they get, but definitely on the smaller side. Very cool little snake. Nothing too exciting, but ringneck number 2. A little bit more colorful and a little bit larger than the last one. That's cool. All right, snake number 2 is a little baby Southern Pacific rattlesnake, a little youngster, probably young of the year. Very, very cool. Nice. Very cool little Southern Pacific. Obviously a common snake, but it's a cooler day today, so anything we find is a very welcome surprise. Quite different patterning as juveniles compared to when they're adults, so always cool to see. Alrighty, we're gonna put this guy back down under his board. Very cool. First crotalus of the day and of the trip. Always a welcome sight to see. We love the rattlesnakes. There he goes. That's pretty much right where he was. There we go. First king snake of the day is big, pale one, pretty regular pattern. Very chocolatey one. He might poop on you. Awesome. First king of the day. Not a monster, but that's a nice king. He's very chocolatey, mostly banded. Got some irregularity on the blotches. Quite pale. That's beautiful. Awesome. That's a unique one for the year so far compared to what I've seen. Very, very cool. All right, he has entered musk mode, so we will... No, other way, guy. That's some cool pattern, though. But yeah, go back under your board. There we go. All right, back he goes. First king of the day, good sized one. Awesome. Okay, another new species and another snake for the day. We got a San Diego night snake. Very, very cool. Nice little young guy. They're a relatively uncommon species, but, you know, fairly regular. But yeah, another snake on the day. It's turned out to be a pretty great morning out here. I can't complain. Cool little guys. All right, release night snake. Yeah, there you go, right in this little hole. Perfect. All right, ringneck number 3. We'll make it brief, but very cool. Can I let him go? You good? Slurp. There he goes. I'm not even gonna touch him. Another ringneck snake, number 4 or 5. He's just gonna chill there. Very cool. Ringneck City over here. I flipped another one that went down a hole instantly, so that's number 6 on the ringnecks, I believe. Beautiful striped king. That's awesome. That's my first like real proper striper of the year. He's pretty. It's okay, buddy. Don't musk all over me, please. Beautiful, beautiful little snake. We love our striped kings. This is the first one I've seen this year. He's pretty good size. All right, there he goes. We're gonna let him go back under his board. We're pretty. Awesome. Another snake today. Little ringer, ring neck. Ooh, does he have a... Hey, he's got a little ring. He's pretty olive.
Yeah, he's got a really nice
one.
undercolor.
That's cool. Very
nice. The one that...
Nice little night snake. Another one, second one today. Sick. Okay, so we've switched things up a little bit this afternoon. Nice, sunny, out hiking some rock pile type habitat. Big thing I'm hoping for is a rosy boa. My rosy boa searches have all been disasters this year, but if we can find anything at all, I'd be pretty stoked. So we'll see how it goes. We've already seen quite a few snakes today. It's been pretty productive, so hopefully we'll find some more of some variety. First snake at this spot is a pretty good sized red giant snake. I don't know now. You can hear me over the breeze, but that's good. This whole area burned all this last year. It looks like it survived the burn. I don't think it was a wildfire, but this goes to show how well these snakes can persist even when their whole house gets burned. That's really cool. Try and lightly get this guy's rock back and we'll just keep flipping. Target species, but always happy to see a snake of any kind. Okay, we got one final attempt for the day before we get out to the desert. It's flipping all this junk in this area. It looks really good. I will say it's kind of frigid out here. It's probably in the low 50s, so I don't expect to find a whole lot. You never know. What? What'd you get? Oh, a skink. Oh, bluetail skink. Cool little Coronado skink. There are actually different subspecies here than what you find further north. So that's kind of neat. Not exactly, all that crazy of a find, but I'm stoked. That's actually, I have not shown a Coronado skink yet on my Instagram page, so that's worth some points. We got a western toad under this big board. It's something. Look at the orange on that side blotch lizard. It's cool. You can grab it. The pattern on that side blotch is actually kind of dope. I don't know if I've ever seen one that looks quite like that with the black and orange. It's really pretty. This is actually pretty cool, and to be honest with you, not something I would at all expect to flip under some boards just out in the middle of this scrub. Have your hook ready though.
Speckled.
Beautiful speckled rattlesnake. How cold it is. Yeah, little donut. Maybe sit over where you're standing.
Oh, goodness.
That's so cool. This is not at all your typical habitat for a speckled rattlesnake. They like rock piles and stuff. That's so cool. All right, so that's awesome. We got a little speckled rattlesnake. Kind of a surprise considering first off how cold it is and secondly just the habitat, but that's really rad. We're gonna put him right back under his board. I don't think I've ever flipped a speck under a board. Really pretty little snake. There he goes. He's gonna squeeze right under all his stuff. There. This is a welcome surprise. They're friendly. Hi.
They're very friendly.
Hi. Hello.
He's nibbling on you.
Nibbly, but they're friendly. Hi. Hi. Hi.
He's holding
Hi. Hi.
Hi, baby.
I like when they're friendly.
Sweet though. Yes, you are.
He's looking at my camera.
Cute. Aw. Yeah, no.
Okay, fellas. All right, everyone. We are out here in the low desert doing a little bit of camping tonight. Pretty good day today. I think we saw 12 or 13 snakes, something like that. Quite a few different species. It's pretty cold, pretty windy out here. Not gonna be the most pleasant camping weather I've ever been in, but we'll make it work. Plans to get up tomorrow morning, make some breakfast, and then head to a different area and try some more herping. Today was quite good, so if the next few days can be even close to what we did today, it should be good, and we should get some new species. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning. Campfire probably scrambled.
It's showing me.
All right, everybody. I'm out here this morning in the Imperial Valley. Gonna flip some junk. The herping is definitely a bit tough out here. I've attempted it quite a few times and seen very little, but it is a nice day. I could see finding some cool stuff, but we're just gonna get to flipping this morning and see what we can find. Pretty much anything I find out here, I'd be pretty stoked to see. So we'll see what we can do. Okay, first herp of the day, we got a little Coleonyx variegatus, western banded gecko. Pretty common species out here. This guy's real pale. Might be about to go in the shed, but yeah, very cool. Just love to see the geckos. They're pretty common out here, but they're a cool one always to see.
Okay, hold on. Go that way. Go on.
There he goes. All right, next find of the day, we got a couple house geckos. This guy, unfortunately, is missing his tail, but a couple little Mediterranean geckos, pretty common sight down here. This guy keeps flinging himself. It looks so strange with no tail. We'll let them run back under that little board here. Okay, so I got my lifer leopard frogs all down in there. Don't know how I'm gonna catch those, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, these guys are Rio Grande Leopard frogs, not a native species. And definitely difficult to get in hand. There a lot of them go. I attempted to catch some earlier and it didn't work, but she's gonna give it a go now. Well, there was a garter snake and it just, I hear him moving still. He's in this grass. Crap. All right, sit here for a little while. See if I can spot him. But he was out basking and I didn't see him till he bolted away. But he's in here. I'm gonna spend a few minutes in this jumble, but it's very, very thick. I doubt I'll see anything. Well, that's pretty frustrating. Did definitely see the tail end of a garter snake getting away. Haven't been able to spot him. Wasn't able to re-find him. Spend a little bit more time wandering around this area. I mean, they are out, obviously, to some extent. Yeah, I'll keep looking. Hopefully I can get lucky with something. All right, well, I'm just getting finished up here at this location. Unfortunately, I was not really able to spot another one of these garters despite my best efforts. I've seen a lot more leopard frogs and some American bullfrogs as well. But yeah, garter just wasn't meant to be this time. I suppose it's really good to at least know I'm doing something right because I did see one. So yeah, we get out here in just a couple minutes and we're gonna head to a very different location for tonight. This is one of the cool things about herping in this part of California is these burrowing owls that are quite a common sight and also quite approachable typically. We're sitting here in the car just looking at them on the side of the road. Pretty awesome. It's cool. But yeah, this right here is the tracks of our target, so he's around. I've seen them here before. Very interesting little lizard.
Oh man.
All right, we have one of our targets in here. Mojave fringe-toed lizard. We're gonna try and catch him if he buries himself. We'll see. All right, I think he buried himself right here. So we're gonna see if I can get in and scoop him up. This is one of the best ways to actually catching them. Oh, I got him.
You did?
Oh, I lost him again. Okay, he's in here though. So there we go. Colorado desert fringe-toed lizard. They're not quite in their full breeding colors yet, but you can see this guy's starting to develop some of that nice orange on the face, the eyes, the sides. Nice spotting on the tail too. Really cool, unique lizards and really interesting habitat. The patterning on the dorsal side is really, really cool too. Look at that. One of our coolest native lizards, honestly. They're so rad. Look at that pattern. You can see the toe fringes there. They don't call these things fringe-toed lizards for no reason. Crazy little spikes. All right, very cool little lizard. We are gonna let him go. All right, that's that, I guess. All right, so it is evening and we are camping in the Riverside Mountains tonight. I'm gonna go look around for a little bit. It's kind of cool, but it's not too cold where something couldn't be active. But there are some really cool herps that do live in this mountain range, some really unique stuff. I don't know what we'll find, but we're gonna look around for just a little bit before we set up camp for the night. But yeah, we'll get back to you guys with any finds if we have any. All right, working our way back to the car. Didn't see any snakes, which isn't too surprising. Did see the ass end of a tarantula going into a burrow a couple times, but yeah, we're gonna go set up camp and get up in the morning. Tomorrow we're driving up to the Mojave Preserve. Gonna be hitting some very different desert habitat for the next couple days. Yeah, we'll see how we do.